Well, it's Troy, and I'm in Bucharest. It's a cold Sunday, and I'm having a walk near to the Parliament buildings, looking at some historic buildings in Bucharest, and great architecture here. It's really, really incredible. Very interesting place. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is the fact that you have to keep going when you don't want to, and I'm sure this is something we've all experienced. It's certainly something I've experienced recently. I mean, and this goes in all aspects of your life, really, but particularly pertaining to dating and relationships, because obviously that's mainly what we're here to talk about. A lot of the time, I meet guys who they haven't had the best dating lives. You know, they haven't had the experiences they wanted to. They haven't managed to get that girlfriend, or they haven't managed to get the kind of quality of girls in their lives that they were hoping to. And so they'll come and they'll maybe do some training, or they'll maybe do some Zoom calls, or whatever it is. You know, they'll come and they'll ask for some advice. And for a while, they'll be really enthused because they've been given some advice, they've been given some things to try, they've been given maybe some new concepts or things that they just weren't aware of before. And so they'll rush out and go out into the melee, into the crazy 2022, 2023 dating marketplace that we now all inhabit. And they'll try out some of these things, and maybe, for whatever reason, they still won't get very good results, or they'll get a couple of good results, and then they'll get a couple of sort of false dawns where it seems like they've met a woman that they really like, and then maybe she flakes and something happens that puts them off their stride. And then they lose momentum. And then they stop taking the actions that they know they need to take in order to get where they want to be. And that is a very, very dangerous thing. That is what you cannot do. You have to carry on, okay? And whatever it is, whether it's writing a book, or learning to ride a bike, or learning to become a carpenter, or whatever it is, you've got to carry on. You can't just stop. Unless, I suppose, you say to yourself, look, I've really looked at this thing, and I've decided that actually it's just not worth it for me. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna leave it. And look, this is what some people do with dating. This is why there's a whole movement of men who, in inverted commas, go their own way and don't choose to engage with the dating scene. They've done exactly that. They've said, look, I don't believe that this is worth it for me, and so I'm just gonna expend my energies elsewhere. And look, I mean, if that's what you want to do, then you're perfectly entitled to do that. You know, if that's really what you want, then that's absolutely your choice, and everybody has to respect that, because, you know, it's your life, basically. But I would caution against it, because I do think, ultimately, that we are better when we have good relations, you know, when we have feminine energy in our lives. You know, if you're a heterosexual guy, then you are better when you are enjoying some sort of feminine company in your life. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to get married and settle down and go and live in Croydon in a semi-detached house, or even be in a long-term relationship. But it does mean that you want to be experiencing some sort of female energy in your life, because otherwise you're just not really going to be very happy. And I think people kid themselves with this stuff a lot. You know, it's all very well to say, yeah, I'm going monk mode, in inverted commas again. I'm going monk mode and I'm not engaging and blah, blah, blah. Well, fine. But after a couple of years of that, you know, how happy are you really going to be? Probably not very. Are you really going to be fulfilled? Is it really the existence that you have hoped for yourself on this planet in the few brief years that you have here? No, probably not. Okay, so you've got to carry on doing the things that ultimately you know will get you to where you want to go. And it is hard, and the path is not always linear, okay? But it is only by persisting that you are going to reap the benefits. You know, it's just it's like it with anything. It's like it with making bloody YouTube videos. It's like it with making a blog, right? Any sort of endeavor that's worthwhile, you are going to get slumps. You are going to get those periods where you just think, look, this just isn't working. It's not coming together. But what you do there, the way that you handle that slump, that is what's going to mark you out for success or not, okay? So, yes, I'm afraid you're going to have to keep going, keep plugging away, and you will start to see the green shoots of recovery at some point, I guarantee it, because it always happens. There's always going to be, even if you don't get, you know, that dream girl, you know, on the first approach, what you're going to find is you're going to get some smiles, you're going to get some little signs of encouragement that something you're doing is right, something you're doing is hitting the mark. And if you when you start to get those, you can think, okay, well, you know what, that's happened. I know now that I can take this further. I know now that I can get where I want to be. Anyway, with all that being said, if you would like to discuss this stuff with me in person, you can book a call with me for free, 15-minute call. There is a link below. We can talk about your dating life and figure out a strategy for how to take it forward. Also, you can email me always at troy@realtroyfrancis.com, and also grab my collection of 11 books on the subjects of dating and the dating marketplace. It's called Renegade Dating Blueprint. The link is below. I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.